How to start trading with $500. The other day, I received a question on one of my videos. In a nutshell, the question was, Marcus, what would you do if you started trading with a $500 account? That's a great question, and I promise that I will answer it in this video. So, here we go. How to start trading with $500. Now, before I answer the question, let's do some simple math. You see, when I use the PowerX Optimizer, I am looking for stocks that had at least 60% return on investment over the past year. Now, making 60% in the stock market consistently is a great accomplishment. Yes, of course, every now and then you will have a trade that doubles, triples, and maybe even quadruples your money. But you will also have some losing trades. So 60% per year is an excellent result if you can make it consistently. Now, for this video, I want to be even more optimistic. Let's say you can double that and that you can achieve 120% per year. Now, based on a $500 account, you would make $600. Yeah, you would grow your account from $500 to $1,100. Or if you look at it in a different way, you would make $50 per month because that's $600 per year divided by 12 months. Now, I don't know about you, but $50 per month doesn't sound very exciting. You would make more money when you drive 1 day per month for Uber. But let's dive a little bit deeper. So, what can you invest in with $500? Now, most brokers will allow you to open an account with $500 to trade stocks and options. Oh yeah, of course, you can also trade Forex, but when trading Forex, you're trading against the house, so you're almost guaranteed to lose money. And I'll do another video on that topic. But let's take a look at stocks first. The so-called blue chips are the stocks in the Dow Jones. And right now, a stock in the Dow costs you between $35 for Pfizer and $320 for Apple. Now, you should never put all your eggs in one basket. I recommend that you diversify and have at least 5 different positions in your account. Now, this means that you divide your $500 into 5 equal parts. So this means that you can allocate $100 per stock. Now, only 10 of the 30 stocks in the Dow are trading below $100. So you could only trade these stocks. Now, of course, you can look at the NASDAQ or the S&P 500 for additional stocks. But my point is, you're restricting the stocks that you can invest in simply because you don't have enough capital. And for me, that's a significant handicap. It's like going to the grocery store and trying to buy food for a week for $20. I mean, yes, it is possible, but not easy. Same here when you're trading stocks. Now, before we move on, is this making sense thus far? If it does, click on like so that I know if I'm going too fast or too slow. Just click like right now. Okay, so if trading stocks with $500 is not possible or very difficult, what about options? Can you start trading options with $500? Now, options sound like a great alternative for people with smaller accounts. After all, most options are priced between $1 and $2. The problem, options come in 100 packs. So if one option costs $1, you actually have to bring $100 to the table. So you're running into the same problem as with stocks. In order to diversify your $500 into multiple positions, you need to trade options that cost less than $1. And here's the problem. When an option costs less than $1, it is usually out of the money. This means that the probability of making money with this option is rather small. Let me show you an example. Let's say you want to trade an option on Disney. And right now, as I'm recording this, Disney is trading at $135. And let's say you expect it to go up to $150. Now, you could buy the 130 call option, and this trade would have a 42% chance of success. The problem, the price of the option is between $8.95 and $9.10. And since they come in 100 packs, you would have to invest $895 to $910. but you only have 500. So this option obviously doesn't work. Now, most people then look for a cheaper option. So you could look at the 155 call option. It only costs between 65 cents and 70 cents. So you only need $60 to $70 to buy this option. And with a $500 account, that's possible. But take a look at the profit probability. It went down from 42% to only 7.7%. So yes, the option is cheaper and more affordable, but the chances of making money with the option are slim to none. Now, is this helpful thus far? Because if it is, click on like so that I know which videos you like best, and I promise that I will make more of those. So back to our topic. What is the solution? How to start trading with $500? Now, as you can see, even though technically you can open an account with $500, the odds of making money with such a small amount are stacked against you. Number one, you would only make $50 per month, which for me doesn't make sense. Number two, you can only trade very few stocks since you need to buy cheap stocks. So your trade selection becomes extremely difficult. And number three, you can only trade cheap options, and there's a reason why they're cheap. The probability of making money with cheap options is slim to none. So for these reasons, most people who start with $500 will lose it all within a few weeks or a few months. Now, I know this is not what you want to hear, but try to save up some more money before you start trading. Think about it as starting a business. Yes, you might be able to start a business with $500, but the chances of making any money with the business are small. Now, the good news, you can still learn how to trade and practice on a simulator until you have more money available for trading. So take your time to master trading on a practice account until you have enough money to start trading, and your chances of making it as a trader will be much, much higher. By the way, I made a video, how much money do you need to start trading? And I'll link to it somewhere right here and also in the description. Take a look. I'm sure you're going to love it. I'll talk to you soon.